ABC7 Bangor.
This is ABC7 News at Noon.
A Bangor man is facing charges after he allegedly stabbed a woman. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Governor Janet Mills unveiled the two-year budget proposal for 2024-25 fiscal year. We'll have the details as well as the Republican response. And the proposed rules for sports betting in Maine have been released. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories in just a moment. We start today with a situation involving Bangor police over in the Judson Heights section of the city. Bangor police were called to an active domestic situation on G Street, which is a trailer park in Birch Hill Estates. Negotiators were also called to the scene, as well as members of the special response team.
People close to the scene have been moved a safe distance away, and we're just making it as safe as we can right now. It's very recent, so we're still trying to get a handle on everything. Be patient, stay away. People aren't going to be able to get in and out of their houses for the foreseeable future.
Within the last 10 minutes, police have confirmed it is a murder-suicide. The area around the Beaumark and Burley roads have been shut down, and they will remain so while they investigate. We do have crews on the scene, and of course, we'll have much more tonight at 6 p.m. Now let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey, Susan. Happy Thursday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks across from Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Here we go. We have weather alerts in effect. This is a winter weather advisory in effect, lasting until about 7 a.m. for your Friday. A winter storm warning further off towards the north here, and this will last until 7 p.m. Friday. They could see up to a foot of snow possibly in some areas, but of course, with warmer temperatures moving in, some of that will also melt. There is also a gale warning for the entire coast, and this will last until about 6 p.m. as we head towards Friday as well. And further down towards the south and east, some of these will also expire a little bit sooner. So let's check ahead to see where you're at for some of these alerts. They'll may get dropped a little bit sooner. But we're watching activity moving in now. Maybe some returns in the atmosphere, but nothing hitting the ground just yet. It'll be later this afternoon. They'll be watching this moving in from the west, going toward the east, starting off as snow. With a transition to rain, as temperatures will be rising to the 30s and 40s, maybe even close to 50s from time to time, too. But here's the big picture right here. We're watching this wave of energy getting its act together now with more activity further off towards the south and west. So some decent weather and precipitation will soon be on the way. And the winds start to increase today, too, with some sustained winds up to 12 to 15 miles per hour. Overnight tonight to tomorrow, gusts up to, or sustained winds up to 20 miles per hour with higher gusts possible in a few spots from time to time. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period overall will be cloudy by about 4 o'clock or so. We'll start seeing the snow begin with temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. A Bangor man is facing charges after he allegedly stabbed a woman. 34-year-old Kurt Fowler was arrested after police were called to 49 Ohio Street in Bangor just after 1:30 Wednesday afternoon. Detective Lieutenant Brent Bollier says they found Fowler being restrained by another man that was a resident at the address and a woman with a laceration to her abdomen. She was taken to a local hospital. Bollier says her injuries do not appear to be life-threatening. Fowler is being charged with aggravated assault. The investigation is ongoing. Governor Janet Mills unveiled her two-year budget proposal for the fiscal year 2024-2025. Inside the governor's cabinet room, Mills announced a $10.3 billion plan that would include additional money for workforce housing, health care, child care, and people with disabilities. The proposal is a $900 million increase from the last budget. It maintains the state's plans of paying 55% of local education costs, free lunches for public school students, and free community college.
This budget is balanced. It does not raise taxes. It fully funds a number of initiatives of the legislature that are law and that have cost a bit more than expected. And it leaves the rainy day fund untouched at its record high level of more than $900 million.
This is the first time the budget has ever reached $10 billion while not raising taxes or touching the state's rainy day fund. Senate Republicans issued a statement following the budget proposal saying, in part, quote, Republicans are committed to working with Democrats to achieve a two-thirds budget in keeping with legislative tradition and the people's desire that we all work together. We are pleased the governor's proposed budget addresses several priorities Republicans communicated during the recent discussions and public hearing on the energy bill, including fulfilling our commitment to protect those who are most vulnerable, end quote. Unsafe levels of PFAS have been detected in 3 of the 5 wells at the Mountain View Correctional Facility in Charleston. The state standard is 20 parts per trillion. A spokesperson for the prison says water in the 3 affected wells exceeded that standard, with readings from 27.7 parts per trillion to 31. Alternative water sources are being provided to staff and residents. Maine DOC says they will conduct more frequent testing on the wells and water at MVCF until standards have been met. Sports betting is coming to Maine, but before fans can place their bets, rules surrounding the enterprise must be established. Our Matthew Jaroncic has the story.
Maine Gambling Controlling Unit held a press conference Wednesday morning releasing proposed rules for sports betting in the state. Even as the unit continues to finalize the laws for sports wagering, members of the organization say this is an exciting time to be a sports fan in Maine.
I'm very, very interested and looking forward to going live and getting everything done.
Governor Mills and Maine lawmakers signed off on LD 585 in early 2022 before signing it into law in August, effectively legalizing sports betting in the state. The Maine Gambling Control Unit has been working to put a series of rules in place since, referring to states like Colorado, Massachusetts, and Ohio about how they enforce their sports gambling regulations.
We have looked at 6 to 8 other states on a word-by-word, paragraph by paragraph, page by page, side by side review.
The 55-page rulebook outlines a variety of topics, including the procedures on how sportsbooks can partner with the Maine casinos, having Mainers stay in state to gamble, and how people can place their bets at kiosks. Champion is certain that the addition of sports wagering will bring lots of revenue to vacation land.
Our gambling control unit has gone from annual state revenues of $53 million from 2 casinos in 2016 to $64 million in 2022 from 2 casinos, fantasy contests, advanced deposit wagering, and charitable gaming. And we'll be adding another $3.8 to $6.9 million from sports wagering.
In a statement from Penn Entertainment, who runs Hollywood Casino Bangor, Vice President of Public Affairs and Government Relations Jeff Morris says, quote, "We are looking forward to reviewing the just-released proposed rules and continuing to work with the Maine Gambling Control Board towards the launch of retail sports betting in the state," end quote. Based on the amount of comments the Gambling Control Unit will receive during this process, Champion tells us he expects this to be rolled out as early as April 2023 and as late as January of 2024. Reporting from Augusta, Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
Coming up on ABC7 News at noon, the Presque Isle Inn and Convention Center closed suddenly this week and left people without work or a place to live. We've got details when we return.
Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the great strength and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports Shop, Greenpoint Road in Brewer.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Right now at Label Shopper, all the designers you love are at even lower prices. Save 50% off. Stop in today and save an extra 50% off at the Label Shopper Winter Madness Sale. Label Shopper, great clothes, great prices.
Sometimes big truck accidents can result in big case settlements. These are just some of the big case results I fought to get my clients. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
Comfort Shoes and More will make winter easier. Next Grip men's and ladies' boots feature cutting-edge technology to make walkways a breeze. Corkers are made with interchangeable soles to conquer the roughest winter conditions. Navitec with the flip it and clip it spikes make you confident no matter what the conditions are. Bruce McDonald's trained podorthist will make sure the fit is perfect for you. See why thousands of people have trusted Comfort Shoes and More for all of their footwear. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport.
Why were you selling it?
I needed the money.
A friend helped to offload her motorcycle.
So he told you he had a buyer for $8,000?
Yes.
But after money changed hands...
You paid for the bike?
$8,000. She was left empty-handed.
He gave me $1,800.
Why didn't you pay her? What's the reason? What you did was you stole from her. You're a thief.
Next, Judge Judy.
Thursday at 5, only on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
The Maine Department of Health and Human Services is urging uninsured Mainers to sign up for affordable health care coverage through the state's health insurance marketplace ahead of Sunday's deadline. Mainers must sign up through coverme.gov by Sunday, January 15th, in order to secure a 2023 health plan. People can use that website to compare private plans, apply for financial assistance, and enroll in a new plan. Again, you can go to coverme.gov, and the deadline to enroll is this Sunday. The city of Presque Isle is trying to help those impacted by the sudden closure of the Presque Isle Inn and Convention Center. A statement sent out by the city says the owner placed a closed indefinitely notice on the door on Monday with no prior notice to the city. Presque Isle Resource Development and Public Information Officer Kimberly Smith says the city was aware of outstanding code violations, including those of the fire suppression system. Those were found by the state fire marshal. Smith says because of the city's concern for the 25 former employees and family members living at the inn, the city did an in-person inspection and determined the structure was dangerous due to life safety concerns. Residents were notified they need to move out by 3 p.m. this Friday. Each former employee was given a letter with local community resources. The Aroostook Community Action Program will be at the site at 11 Friday morning with a rapid response team to assist individuals at the hotel with housing and employment. Airlines nationwide are trying to shake off a full halt of all U.S. flights, which lasted for a period of time on Wednesday morning following a computer snag. Delays and cancellations happened after a computer system failure. The FAA says a damaged database file caused failure to its Notice to Air Missions system and backup. The system serves to update pilots of hazards, runway closures, weather, and construction issues. The snag caused a 90-minute halt to all U.S. departing flights, which was more than 10,000 delays and about 1,300 cancellations. The Federal Aviation Administration said it would take steps to avoid another similar disruption. Airlines' rescheduling problems could last through this Friday. The nationwide outage kept many airline passengers on the ground, including in Bangor, when some people received a terrible surprise when they arrived at the airport. Devin Dagnall has more.
I didn't know until I got in the Uber, and the Uber guy actually said, "Are you sure your flight is leaving?" I'm like, what are you talking about?
Just walked in 10 minutes ago and saw the red band on the board, which didn't look good.
And yeah, my flight got canceled, and I saw earlier in the morning that a lot of flights were being canceled, but I just didn't think that mine would be.
Travelers across the nation received a rude awakening when the Federal Aviation Administration announced a nationwide outage of their network that resulted in grounding of all flights in the U.S. The problem was fixed by 9 a.m. Wednesday morning, but the aftermath didn't end quite as quickly. At first glance, Amy Thibodeau, the Marketing and Business Development Manager at the Bangor International Airport, thought that the consequences would be minimal for flyers at her airport.
Really, for us, we just saw a couple of delays. We were able to, minimize the passenger impact, and things didn't really get too backed up for us, at least not yet.
Yet was the operative word. The number of delays for Bangor International Airport jumped from 4 to 9 just moments after we conducted our first interview with Thibodeau. We met with her again to see exactly what was going on.
What we are seeing, kind of what we anticipated may happen, is that we're going to see some more delays showing up on the board as the day goes on, as air traffic kind of resumes to normal. Right now we're seeing about an hour to 2 hour delays for most.
According to FlightAware.com, there have been 9,000 delays and nearly 3,000 cancellations across the United States as of Wednesday evening. Thibodeau anticipates that flight schedules, at least for Bangor International, should be more or less stabilized within the next 24 hours. In Bangor, Devin Dagnall for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
After the break, we'll find out more about the mental health of our school nurses. You might be surprised. We'll be right back.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
When you're ready to tackle your next building project, no matter how big or small, depend on Hammond Lumber Company for the products and services you need. The knowledgeable staff at Hammond Lumber will be with you every step of the way and keep your project on schedule. From free estimating and project planning to design and drafting services, an extensive product inventory with a wide variety of brands to choose from, and of course, Hammond delivers from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
I tried everything to remove fabric odors, but my clothes still smelled. Until I finally found New Downy Rinse and Refresh.
Just add to your fabric softener tray. It doesn't just cover odors, it helps remove them up to 3 times better than detergent alone. Try New Downy Rinse and Refresh.
Napa knows how to stay warm. And with 29 locations in Maine, Coastal Auto Parts has just what you need to prepare for any outdoor activity. Lightweight, durable, and designed for comfort, Milwaukee's heat-on-demand jackets and hoodies are the perfect cold weather gear. No matter the job, no matter the weather, you'll be ready for anything. And while you're here, sign up for Napa Rewards. You'll save more each time you shop. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Whenever Maine Wood Floors wants to know the weather, they log on to foxbangor.com. Whether you're searching to add beauty with a new hardwood floor or need to restore your old one, Maine Wood Floors is your hardwood flooring expert in Mid-Coast Maine.
Brooks Tire and Auto Sales in Dexter offers quality used vehicles covered under a 30-day, 1,000-mile, 100% guarantee. We're proud of the quality of the used vehicles we sell and dedicated to serving our customers. We have a full-service auto repair shop and nobody can beat our prices on tires. Call us for a quote. Buy 4 tires from us and get a free rotation. Be sure to visit our virtual showroom of inventory available on our website. Whether it's your first purchase with us or one of many, you can count on us to make it the best buying experience possible. Brooks Tire and Auto Sales, Route 7, Dexter.
President Biden is facing scrutiny over his handling of classified documents after the discovery of another batch of documents. This time, the papers were found in a different location.
This morning, ABC News has learned President Biden's legal team has found a second batch of classified documents, just days after the White House confirmed classified records were found at Biden's former D.C. office last November before the midterm elections. Sources say after that first batch of about 10 documents was found, aides began searching for more documents, leading to this second discovery. Republicans want Attorney General Merrick Garland to appoint a special counsel to investigate, as was done in the Mar-a-Lago documents case, focusing on former President Trump's handling of documents.
Merrick Garland said, we have to have a special prosecutor for Trump. Well, that means we've got to have one for Biden.
Some Democrats also critical of the president.
Classified documents belong in classified settings.
No word yet on where the latest documents were found or how many there were. The House Oversight Committee is vowing to investigate. Its chairman is demanding to see the documents.
He said, well, there's only 10 documents in that first
batch. We don't know how many in this second batch.
The White House says, unlike in the Mar-a-Lago case, as soon as Biden's lawyers found the first batch of documents, they alerted the National Archives, which told the Justice Department, which has now launched a review.
This is an ongoing process. As soon as his lawyers realized these documents were there, they did the right thing and immediately turned them over to the archives.
The pandemic has worsened the mental health of school nurses. Almost half say they felt bullied or threatened. ABC's Alex Prochet tells us why.
Like many healthcare providers, many school nurses have seen their mental health decline since the pandemic. In a survey of nearly 8,000 school nurses across the country, the CDC says nearly half claim they felt bullied, threatened, or harassed in the workplace. They were also more likely to report symptoms of poor mental health during COVID if they worked more than 40 hours a week, felt unappreciated, weren't adequately compensated, or lacked support from their peers. In addition, many school nurses reported experiencing depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder during COVID. COVID-19 job-related duties like notifying parents about isolation and quarantining and taking care of students and staff suspected of having COVID-19 played a role in their mental health decline as well. To help, the CDC is calling on school leaders to include nurses in decision-making, hire more staff, and provide support. With this Medical Minute, I'm Alex Prochet, ABC News.
Scientists say listening to music can improve your mood. Listening to music was associated with lower levels of stress. According to the University of Vienna study, the research findings came from analyzing adults during the coronavirus lockdowns between April and May of 2020. The study also found that those reporting the highest levels of chronic stress were the ones benefiting the most from an improved mood and higher energy levels. When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
Bath remodeling was revolutionized in this garage in 1984 when three brothers created the iconic bath fitter tub-over-tub process. A breakthrough then, the industry standard now for beautiful baths without the mess, stress, or high cost. A better way from Bath Fitter means precise measurement, the highest quality acrylic, perfect preparation, and watertight installation backed by a lifetime warranty. Bath Fitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA Insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
The Department of Energy announced a scientific breakthrough in nuclear fusion that could mark a major step in creating a form of energy that would not release the gases that are warming the planet and contributing to climate change. ABC's Ginger Z has the latest in this Climate Minute.
Scientists in California have achieved a major breakthrough in nuclear fusion, the process of combining two atoms together to create energy. Unlike current nuclear reactors, which split atoms apart in a fission reaction, the fusion reaction is more difficult to control because it creates so much heat and pressure. But there's also a lot less radioactive waste.
This is one of the most impressive scientific feats of the 21st century.
The experiment at the National Ignition Facility, the world's largest laser system at the Lawrence Livermore National Lab in California, pointed 192 lasers at a small pellet of fuel, causing the isotopes to ignite and combine. The fusion reaction temporarily reached the temperature of a star, 3 billion degrees Celsius, generating more energy than the lasers put in, the first step toward a form of renewable energy that could harness the power of the sun. But while the scientific community is touting the historic breakthrough, experts also saying we could be decades from seeing nuclear fusion power plants.
Fusion energy is a grand societal challenge and that we need to keep working on it, if not for our generation, but for future generations.
The announcement is the first step toward a form of energy that generates virtually no greenhouse gases in the future. For this Climate Minute, I'm Ginger Z.
A bus in Alaska only picks up man's best friend. A video posted on social media by Mo Mountain Mutts has gone viral. It features a bus used by the dog walking business to pick up and transport dogs. As each dog boards the bus, they know exactly what to do, and of course that's take a seat. In some cases, the dogs appear to be waiting on their own for the bus to arrive. Mo Thompson, who runs the buses with her husband, says she hopes the video motivates people to both exercise their dogs and train them. Calling all Chipotle lovers, the restaurant is giving away free food for a year to celebrate their Fripotle launch. Chipotle's newest perk, Fripotle gives reward members 10 free food drops throughout 2023. Guac, queso, and chips are just some of the free items members can get. And in honor of the creation, 3,100 people will get free Chipotle for a year. Rewards members will automatically be entered to win when they make a minimum $5 purchase. If you're not a member, you can join TikTok or Instagram live stream until January 13th. Each day, 2 viewers who commit will be randomly picked to win. And now let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs. Devin?
Alrighty, happy Thursday afternoon. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scotts Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Here we go. We have weather alerts in effect. This right here is a winter weather advisory lasting until about 7 a.m. for your Friday for a few areas here. We can pull this map further off towards the south and west, and some of these will expire a little bit sooner, around midnight on Friday. While further off towards the north, that's a winter storm warning up until 7 p.m. on Friday. These areas can see a lot of snow, possibly up to a foot in some areas with lesser amounts further down toward the south. And there's also a gale warning here in some areas lasting until about 6 p.m. for your Friday in this spot. But further off towards the south and west, it'll expire a little bit sooner at about 4 o'clock or so. Of course, we'll have gusty winds stirring up the ocean with some snow and some other wintry precipitation that will be moving in. For now, we're not seeing a whole lot of that just yet. We're watching it all moving in from the west, going toward the east, ahead of this next system here that's really starting to get its act together with thunderstorms across the good parts of the country as well. You can see all the lighting there on the lighting tracker with these storms tracking to the north and east. We'll be watching for some snow to start with, transition to a little bit of a wintry mix, and eventually to all rain overnight tonight into tomorrow with some decent rainfall that will be on the way as a result. Here's Futurecast timing all this out later this afternoon, so chances will begin. Better opportunities really get going by around 11 o'clock or so. Starting off as snow, switching over to all rain with the warmer temperatures moving in, and decent rainfall as well. A lot of precipitation further off towards the north, and with this rain moving in, any snow that falls ahead of time will, of course, be melting. But as we head towards Friday afternoon, the worst of the precipitation will start to back off. Maybe some leftovers further off towards the north. But really, as we head towards Saturday, most of the active weather will just be about done. How much precipitation? A lot will be on the way, with up to 1 to 2, maybe even up to 3 inches before we're all finished up. In a few spots, this will count some of the melted down snow as well. While some areas could be seeing a decent amount of snowfall as well, maybe even up to 7 to 8 inches in a few spots. So with higher totals further off towards the north, but with the rain moving in and the warmer temperatures, I expect a lot of that snowfall to be melting pretty quickly. Wave heights right now at around 2 to 3 feet, but I expect those to start increasing in a big hurry, though, as we'll be watching for gusty winds that will be on the way. So your forecast coming up for today, mid-30s on the way. Afternoon snow showers, that southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 31 degrees, wintry mix switching over to all rain, maybe icy at times too. That southeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. For tomorrow, 49 degrees, rain likely heavy at times as well. South wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Scotts Recreation extended forecast. We back off to a slight chance for a wintry mix on Saturday. Highs in the low 30s. We remain in the low 30s on Sunday with a partly cloudy sky and a slight chance for snow. Martin Luther King Day, partly cloudy, highs in the low 30s.
Sounds like anybody driving during that evening commute tonight want to be a little bit careful. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon.
Senate from right here in Maine is helping to ensure the Statue of Liberty is protected for years to come.
We had to match historically to the actual pieces as best as we could.
If someone can see our work